Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, my friends, to my YouTube channel, Drilling and Workover. This is Abdelaziz Gab. I am accredited IWCF instructor and I am also accredited IADC mud engineering instructor. Uh, Sorry for my voice today. Uh, Yesterday we have talked about a very vital, important lesson, which was the drilling of the top hole, and we noticed that a lot of problems happen due to the losses and the well control issue of the pocket gases, and we took the procedures for safe drilling for the surface hole and what to do. Inshallah, today we will go to another lesson. It's called the shut-in procedures. Okay, what are the shut-in procedures? Okay, we have talked about the warning signs, and the most important things that we have mentioned is to make check for flow if you are doubted about anything or any flow that comes from the well. Okay, if it is negative, you have to circulate bottom up and then to wait for check for the well. Everything is okay. You can go ahead and continue drilling. But if you check for flow and make the return to the trip tank and you have already got a positive gain or you have got flow, what will you do? You have to shut in the well, to close the well directly. But and by the way, in any company, if you went to the driller doghouse, you will see the instructions that the driller has the authority to shut in the well at any time if he doubted about any gain without the permission of the company man or without returning back to the pole pusher or the company man, because it is a well control issue and it may lead to losses in the lives of people who are on the rig. So today, what are the shut in? First of all, you have to take the action as soon as possible. Why? To reduce the amount of influx, to reduce the problems that may escalate due to the delay in the decision. So you have to take it as soon as possible. So that's what's called importance of time response. By the way, the time response that we are talking here is about the reaction of the people, not the time response or the lag time that we have talked in the simulator. So you have to make difference between them, and we will talk about them later in details. What's the importance of time response to kick indicator? First of all, the importance to minimize the size of kick. Instead of we told and we have something it's called the kick tolerance. Kick tolerance is the volume of the maximum volume that you can take without breaking or without fracturing the formation. That's called the kick tolerance. So what is important is to minimize the size of the kick. Instead of 2 barrels, it's just 1 barrel. Instead of 8 barrels, it's 7, so it's greater. As the response time and shut-in time increases, what happens? The size of the kick increases, affecting the casing and the casing show pressure. And if it exceeds the mass, also if it's exceeded the mass, if the time increases, the influx increases, and it may and at this time you may exceed the mass, and even you may exceed in the BOP working pressure. And this happened already one time when in my company, and the pressure, the wellhead was 5K, and the pressure was about to go to 4700. So we were about to lose the wellhead. So you have to take the decision and to kill to shut in the well as much as you can or as soon as possible. What are the things that delay the shut-in? This is a very important question in IWCF. You have to pay attention to it, okay? First one, the flow and pit alarm are not set, is not set properly. The alarms are not set properly, so you have to set the alarms. And as I told you, and as I will tell you in the simulator, you have to also mention to him to set the alarms, and you will get 5 marks if you told him about this in the simulator. So this is very important. The alarm. Sorry. Shaker. Sorry. Shakerman doesn't monitor the bit level and flow rate by simple means. You know that there is no digital sensors in some rigs, and the bitman can use with the wire or some iron in it, so that it is not correctly calculated, and so at this time you may get something wrong, and you will go in a problem about this issue. That drill too far after drilling break. We told that the API for drilling break is 15 feet, only 15 feet, and you have to take the action to make a flow check or something like that. But the driller didn't pay attention to this issue, and he continued drilling without making flow check, and so he got more problems about this issue. So drill too far after drilling break is very important, is very vital. Lack of shot-in training. If the crew is not well trained or didn't have some drills about that the how to shot in the well and the quick action and who is on the shaker and the other one in the choke and the other one in the BOB, you will make miss at any sudden situation. There will be a messy and it will be chaos problems. So the lack of shot in training, people must be trained and the drills must be performed regularly. Lack of maintenance or and testing of equipment. This is very important problem because if there is lack of maintenance of annular BOB or RAM BOB or even the BOB control unit, its response will take too much time to close and it will not close properly. So it will take too much time and this means increase in influx. BOB control unit doesn't work. This is the same problem. No monitoring for trips. This is the driller problem. This is the driller problem or the assistant driller problem because they have to be aware about the return while tripping, and about filling the well with the metal displacement while pull out of hole. And I told you before that this is the reason that can be avoided if the driller is clever. Low level of crew awareness is the same issue, and also excluding the draw works from the SCR assignment. This is a vital problem because from the shutting procedures, especially in tripping, you have to position the drill string. You have to make positioning to the drill string in order to avoid the tool joint to be against the shear ram or the shear ram. So if the draw works has a problem, or it will make delay for you for this issue. So also this is very important vital problem. So what are actions to be taken if you took an influx? Directly, first of all, shutting the well. If it is soft shutting or hard shutting, it depends on the formation, depends on the company policy, depends on many issues to choose if it's soft or hard shutting. Second, is to record the data and prepare the kill mud weight, which is very important to kill the mud weight and start killing the well with any method, whether driller method or weight and weight method or another method. So what are the shut-in procedures? Shut-in procedures, it's soft shut-in while drilling and hard shutting while drilling. Also soft shutting while tripping and hard shutting while tripping. So those are the four situations that you may face during shutting the well. First one is soft shutting while drilling. Soft. When I told you there is soft, this means that the formation is dealt with something is called soft deal. Soft deal, which means that you cannot make any abrupt change in it. So that for soft shutting, you have to keep the remote choke open. You have to keep the remote choke open. The remote choke open for soft. And after this, you have to open the HCR at first and then to close the BOB. Okay, so what are the steps? First of all, positioning the drill string. Positioning the drill string, which means that the drill string tool joint must not be against the shear vibram, because it will make damage for it. So positioning the drill string is the first one. Then shut down the pump. And this is very important question. Why we make keep the pump running while positioning the drill string in order not to lose the ABL or an annular pressure losses, and in order not to make greater influx. So positioning the drill string is the first one, then shut down the pump. After this, open the HCR here, and then close the BOB, and after this close the remote choke and start to record the data. This is called the soft shut-in while drilling. So what is the hard shut-in while drilling? The hard shut-in means here the formation has something abrupt change. Abrupt change, which means that the remote choke must be closed. Remote choke must be closed at first. Okay, this is very important question. And after this, close directly the BOB, then open the HCR, and you have already closed the adjustable or the remote choke, so you have to record the data directly. So the first step is to positioning the drill string, then shut down the pump and close the BOB, then open the HCR and then record the data directly. Okay, kicks while tripping. If you got a kick while tripping, pull out full or running hole, what will you do? Okay, take care that while drilling, you have here the TDS or top drive, the top drive while drilling. But while tripping, you are on an elevator. So so there is no communication with the mud system at all. So at first, if any gain happened while tripping, you have to close the string. You have to close the string at first. So you have to make up first of all, the string is open here, so you have to put valve and with its crossover required, and the valve here is called full opening safety. We have two types of valves. There is full opening safety valve, and we will talk about it later in the equipment, but you have to know that full opening safety valve is working, can be open or closed because it is a ball, but the non-return valve or IBOB, it is running hole, closed, and it is opened by bumping. So it's different. This is the full opening safety valve. It's called also the Killicock or TIW valve. This is the same meaning. This is ball, and here by this crank, it is opened from here, and this ball is turning from closed to open position. But here the non-return valve, as you see, this is this one, has handle to keep it open or to keep it closed. It is closed, but if you need to open it, you have to use this handle to open it. It is running hole in closed position, and it is when it is opened by pumping inside it. So it's called IBOB. Anyway, we use in most rigs the full opening safety valve. So now, what is the soft shutting while tripping? While tripping, what's the soft shutting? As I told you, soft. This means that the remote choke is open. So the preparation is line up with the remote choke open. Then what are the steps? First step is to put, install, or make up the full opening safety valve and then close it. Okay, and then close it. So install full opening safety valve and then close the full opening safety valve. After this, positioning the you have already positioning the drill string. Open the HCR valve. Open the HCR valve here. Open the HCR. Then close the BOP from here and close the remote choke and monitor it. And then pick up the key here and open the full opening safety valve and start recording the data. Okay. And what is the hard shutting? It is the opposite. Hard shutting is to line up for remote choke to be closed. This is very important. And after this, you have to make the steps. What are the steps? Install the full opening safety valve. Then close the full opening safety valve, positioning the drill string, close the BOP and open the HCR, then open the full opening safety valve and finally record the data. So what is now the difference between the soft shutting and the hard shutting? The hard shutting is quicker but so much water hammer effect on the formation, so it's quicker. Number two, it is easier to remember. It is just close the BOP. Okay, so it is very important. Number three, there is a smaller influx. You can't take a high influx with the hard shutting. What is the soft shut in also difference? It is slower, so you can get more influx. It is you can get larger influx, and but there is no hammer effect on the formation. Hard shut-in is mainly used with the competent formation or with hard formations. This is very important question. Now, what are the data to collect? Data to collect. As I told you, there are four data to collect. First of all, one is shut-in drill by pressure, shut-in casing pressure, bit gain, and the bit depth. So there are four data connection. Number one is shut-in casing pressure. This is the underbalance inside the annulus here. This is called shut-in casing pressure. It's used to calculate the kind of influx and to determine the pressure acting on BOP equipment. Okay, so this is the importance of shut-in casing pressure. And there is shut-in drill by pressure, and this is called the underbalance inside the drill pipe. Okay, this is called the shut-in drill pipe pressure. What is important? It's important to calculate the kill mud weight. Shot-in drill pipe pressure is used to calculate the kill mud weight and the initial circulating pressure. And what is the initial circulating pressure? Initial circulating pressure ICP is called or equal the shot-in drill pipe pressure plus the pump pressure at the slow pump rate the required. For example, 430 stroke per minute or something like this. Uh, Keep in mind that shut-in casing pressure here is much more or higher than the shut-in drill pipe pressure. Casing pressure is larger than the shut-in drill pipe pressure. Why? Because the influx here is easier to go through the annulus rather than the nozzles in the bit. So the annulus and the influx here has less density than the mud. So at this time the shut-in casing pressure act like the back pressure on the formation or it is about the back pressure that is needed to keep the formation stable. So the shut-in casing pressure is much more than the shut-in drill pipe pressure. And big gain is the size of influx, and this is called the first build up. This is called the first build up. Okay. Uh, High bit gain affects only on the shut-in casing pressure, not on the shut-in drill pipe pressure. And this is very important question in the IWCF questions. High bit gain affects only on shut-in casing pressure, not shut-in drill pipe pressure. Some cases about shut-in drill pipe pressure and shut-in casing pressure. Both of them equal to each other when there are three situations. What are the situations? After the first circulation in the driller method, you will get the shut-in casing pressure equal to the shut-in drill pipe pressure. In horizontal wells, also if the gain is in the horizontal section, you will get the shut-in casing pressure equal to shut-in drill pipe pressure. And when the kick occurs and the bit is off bottom, also you will get the shut-in casing pressure equal to shut-in drill pipe pressure, because at this time both of the column of both the column of mud inside the drill string and outside the drill string are the same. Okay, if there is another case which is shut-in casing pressure equal 0, but shut-in drill pipe pressure equal value. This may be due to the error in the gauge, or you have a back off in the a back off happened to the well in the open hole. So back off occurs, or there is error in the shut-in casing pressure gauge. If the shut-in casing pressure is less than the shut-in drill pipe pressure. Actually, this is not common case. This is not common case, but it happened before for 2 times, and I mentioned this 2 times for you. First one, if the annulus is loaded with cuttings after fast drilling or high ROP. If there is too much cutting, this means that the formation, uh, this means that the formation, once the formation make influx, it can be controlled with the cutting, so that the clean mud in the drill string is not enough like this cutting. So it may happen that the shut-in drill pipe pressure become less than that in the shut-in casing pressure, but as I told you, it is not the most common. And the second one, if you are using emulsion mud or diesel mud without weight. Emulsion mud means that the mud weight of the emulsion is less than the water. So if you get the influx is water, and you have the string of the drill string has diesel or has emulsion mud. So at this time, the shut-in drill pipe pressure will be uh, more more than the shut-in casing pressure. Now, shut-in drill pipe pressure equal 0 and shut-in casing pressure equal value. Shut-in drill pipe pressure equal 0, but shut-in casing pressure equal value. When this happened, when there is a float valve in the shut-in drill pipe pressure, and the float valve in the bit sub, and it failed to open. So at this time, we cannot record the shut-in drill pipe pressure. But can we solve this problem? Yeah. Can we solve this problem? Yeah, we can solve it. How to solve this problem? We can solve it by increasing the pump pressure in the drill pipe in increments to 100 psi, then 400 psi, then 600 psi, and monitor well the shut-in casing pressure gauge. Once the shut-in casing pressure gauge move or make any sudden change in the shut-in casing pressure gauge, once there is sudden change in shut-in casing pressure gauge occurs, this means that the valve opened and the pump value is the shot in drill pipe pressure. Something is called pressure stabilization. Once you make shot in drill to the shot into the well, the pressure is become increasing until there is something stabilization occurs. Like this shot in drill pipe 100, and this is 400, 200, 600, 300, 800, and blah blah until after 7 minutes. It's after 7 minutes 500 and 1000. 8 minutes 500 and so 1000 and okay. So according to what that stabilization occurs, if it is fast or slow, it depends on the permeability of the formation. If it is high permeability, so the stabilization will take too much time. And if it is low permeability, if it is high permeability, sorry, it is high permeability, so there will be fast stabilization. But if it is low permeability, it will be slow stabilization or it will take too much time. Now, what are the effects of shut-in pressure? As you see, if there is high influx, as you see, the shut-in casing is a shut-in drill by pressure. Okay, it can increase, but the shut-in casing pressure is much more greater, and when the influx increases, the shut-in casing pressure increases more, and the more the increase in influx, the more the increase in shut-in casing pressure, and finally makes a problem of fracturing. If it exceeds the mass, it will make fracture at the show. Now we'll talk the last thing, the last issue, and this is the shut-in of the horizontal well. As you see here, there is no problem if the gain is in the horizontal section. Everything is okay, and the influx here is just a small interval. So there is no great problem in here. Okay, and there is no drop here. But once the and here both and here, as I told you, both of the shut-in casing pressure and shut-in drill pipe pressure are the same value. Okay, but once the gas comes out to the vertical section, the interval changes. And for this type, you will see that the casing pressure becomes more than that in the shut-in drill pipe pressure. And this is very important question. In horizontal well, while circulating the kick, both of them were equal, and then the shut-in casing pressure increases. Why? Why? Because the gas becomes in the vertical section, and its density is less than the mud, so the shut-in casing pressure increases. What is the problem that may occur when the gas become in the vertical section? There is a drop. There is a drop occurs in the level of the hydrostatic pressure. So you may get second kick. So you have to take care about all this while circulating the kick. Today I have Today we have talked about the shut-in procedures and about the data to record. This is very important lesson, and also the next lessons will be very important also. So please pay attention, and if this video appeals to you, please like, share, subscribe. This is your channel, not mine. And inshallah tomorrow we will get another lesson in drilling in driller method, in the gas behavior, and in the driller method and weight and weight. Thank you, my friend, very much. I hope to see you, inshallah, later. Inshallah, we can do better in the next sessions. Thank you very much. See you later, inshallah. Goodbye.